Giving you the microphone, local health departments identify the most troubling areas through community input.
23 News reporter Sydney Stoffregan talks with public health administrators in Boone and Winnebago counties who say your input will be key to building their priorities.
With a year of planning, Boone County Health Department reveals behavioral health is at the top of their 3-year health improvement plan.
This is an important priority.
Area leaders say their job's to build better and healthier communities. That's the goal of the I-Plan, or Illinois Project for Local Area Needs. Through surveys, county health departments determine areas that need attention.
We have to be working on these big projects together.
According to the Boone County Public Health Administrator, Amanda Mayle, behavioral health and food security sit at the top of the list.
We are just the keepers of the important information, and then we're also the transmitters. So we want to hear from community members. What are the big health issues that are coming up in the community, and how do we tackle them together?
Winnebago County is just finishing up its I-Plan, armed with more than 2,500 responses. Public Health Administrator Sandra Martell says maternal child health is a top priority.
We can't solve these issues alone. It's really with our entire community that we're working together on these. We want to align those strategies so that we can work collectively together to improve the community's health.
Mayle and Martell say the next step is to find community partners that can help address the top issues, but they say it's important that people keep sharing their concerns and needs.
We need to hear from people who are living, working, breathing, praying, playing, raising their children, going to school themselves here in the community, participating in this process and actively engaging.
Winnebago County prepares for their next I-Plan, reviewing the responses of its Be Our Valentine survey, asking residents what they think impacts their health the most.
Thank you, Sydney. And Winnebago and Boone County's health departments encourage residents to get involved with community health by visiting their websites. The link is on our website.